From NBC News, this is Today with Savannah Guthrie and Hoda Kotb, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
Tonight, Dorian made its third landfall in the Bahamas, slamming Grand Bahama Island as a Category 5. It is the first ever hurricane of that intensity to make landfall there.
As it crossed toward the U.S., Dorian's outer bands have reached Florida, where storm warnings and watches are posted for the state's nearly entire East Coast.
And mandatory evacuations have now been ordered in Florida, Georgia, and the entire South Carolina coast starting at noon today.
Our team is spread out across the storm zone to bring you the very latest, but we'll start here in Studio 1A with Al. Good morning to you, Al.
Hey, good morning, guys. And here's the problem with this system. There are no real steering currents, and so it's 120 miles east of West Palm Beach, 165-mile-per-hour winds. Its forward movement west at 1 mile per hour. And if you look at the radar satellite combo, you can see there's a slight wobble to the north, and that's what we're going to be looking at, a system that's wobbling and moving around. Here are the warnings and watches we've got. Hurricane warnings, obviously, for the northern, that very closely as well. Here's the track, and here's the problem. It stays offshore with 140-mile-per-hour winds, and by Tuesday, it's only really up around Melbourne, and then Wednesday all the way up, paralleling the East Coast, probably rip currents and problems along the Northeast. Now, here's what we're looking at, the spaghetti models, the different runs of the American model. Some bring it onshore, but most keep it offshore until you get to the Carolinas. So we're watching that very closely. Here are the impacts we see. Damaging winds, downed and uprooted trees, power outages possible. As you can see, hurricane force winds stretching from West Boca Raton all the way up to north of Melbourne. And we've got 2 to 4 feet from Boca Raton, also up into Jacksonville and Daytona Beach. And as far as flooding rains, isolated areas up to 15 inches stretching from Melbourne all the way up into the Cape Hatteras area. So we're going to be watching this closely. It's going to continue to change hour by hour. Guys?